But you see, at the end of it all, when you decide to pick on your own colleagues, Paman can't hate you. Paman was your colleague, or is your colleague. How does he hate you? So do you hate other people? And to say that you believe that this thing it's a political agenda or whatever. So does it mean that all the time that you were there, almost everything, moving judges from one court to the other, taking some from, was it also political? Was it a political agenda of the MPP? Would you say that?
In fact, I've seen a number of people actually ask that question
because
would you say the statements made by the CJ about this political, agenda that is being
I don't think that she should be looking at this thing as a political agenda. At the end of the day, all we are saying is you've been accused of doing certain things. Come and answer. You have come and given us your version. But it surprised me that she didn't say also about the accusation that was meted out to her about her children being given contracts.
So she talked about the 3 different petitions.
Yeah, did she talk about the children's contracts?
That didn't feature.
That didn't feature. Why didn't it feature? Did she talk about the fact that it was in social media that she had a company, or Afenyo Martins had a company or something like that with her, and they were doing some contracts in the judiciary, with the judicial service. So you picked and chose the things that you wanted us to hear, and you didn't even want to take questions.
What did that signal to you?
That signaled to me that you were just coming to tell us a one-sided story to confuse Ghanaians, and unfortunately you were not able to confuse anybody, because we have to hear the other side. And to think that you knew very well that the Constitution said that this whole hearing must be in camera. That was to protect you. You understand?
And also other parties who are involved in this petition.
To protect you and to protect other parties. And now you come out openly. Openly. If she was CJ and somebody had come out that day, that way, yes, like she did yesterday, I am very sure that she would have really gotten somebody to tell the person that she was in contempt for coming out to tell it as it was when you were not supposed to. And I don't know which part of the Constitution she read, because I do know that most of the time Chief Justice Tokanu always wants to translate, or interpret the Constitution according to how she wants us to take it. So I don't know which part of the Constitution she read from 146 that says that her spouse could be parts. I don't know which parts. And I would want her to tell us which part.
Well, it's not explicitly stated in there, but again, because she says this is quite a historic event that's ongoing, do you think that certain concessions could be made to at least ensure that for both sides, it's a smoother process than what we are currently witnessing, at least from the perspective of the CJ?
Historic. Do you know how many historic things we have had in this country? All those who went before courts in the 80s, in the 70s, in the 60s, they were all historic because we had never seen some before. You understand? To the extent that some were even paraded in cages on our streets. Boy Moses. I'm just saying that so many historic things have happened. But what is in the Constitution is in the Constitution. The law is the law.
Ask you the very same first question. First of all, do you think it was appropriate for now suspended CJ to address the people of Ghana? And what do you think, as an embattled CJ who wants to carry the people along?
She's the president. Which people?
She wants to carry the Ghanaian people along.
When she didn't care whether 18-year-olds should register and vote. She didn't care. When she didn't care whether a Ghanaian, when she said that what?
Birth certificate.
Yeah, she agreed that birth certificates cannot identify you as a Ghanaian. Birth certificates. That she did not even respect the documents that identify you as a Ghanaian at birth. Maybe she's not a Ghanaian.
She's very much a Ghanaian.
Yeah, she should prove it.
Rodolin, and the second part of my question is, what implication do you think her presser yesterday will have on the proceedings?
I'd like to say good morning to our cherished viewers, and good morning to all patriotic Ghanaians. Some are Ghanaians, but they are not patriotic.
Yes.
So I'd want to say
The
a
man
very
you have
special good
qualified it.
morning to all those who love this country. Helen, you know, yesterday when I heard she was going to give a presser, I thought she was just going to come and, you know, tell us that, look, I've had enough and I resign.
Ah, you were expecting a resignation yesterday?
Yeah. I was expecting that she would want to say whatever she wanted to say, kind of like explain certain issues, and then at the end of it all say that because of this I have decided to call it quits. You know, first and foremost to keep the sanctity of this country, because I love this country so much and I don't want this country to be at a standstill because of what is happening to me. Secondly, because I respect the government of the day. They have also shown me respect, at least given me the opportunity to also have a say in what concerns me. Looking at all these things, I have decided that I should just bow out and let things move on. But she didn't. She came in a combative mood. She came looking so combatant. It was like, and I was like, she's coming really to fight for her life. But you see, at the end of the day, she wanted public sympathy. Whoever advised her wrong. 57% of Ghanaians already want you out.
Where are you quoting these stats
I'm just
from?
quoting 57% of the NDC. They are in government, and they think that you are an impediment to their quest for justice, based on so many things that had happened in this country. For the first time, we had a Chief Justice that had all forms of accolades. Women's Organizer of MPP, 70, something FC. You understand? It was so bad that Ghanaians decided that we will not even go to court. You'll hear people say there's no point going to court unless you came from a particular party or a particular group. You understand? So people started doing things by themselves. Things got to an extent that you lost the respect that most Ghanaians had for you, because it seemed like you were playing to the opposition at that time. So I don't see how she would think that the public would have sympathy for her. And coming out being so self-righteous, you know, I looked at her and said, this is such a self-conceited person. This is somebody who just feels like everything is around her and she has the power to do everything.
Let me slight tackle you a little bit, because I'm hearing there also what Nanaya had to say. You were also reading the body language.
Yes, I was reading the
and
body language.
This is what you infer from her body language.
Yes.
Is the Chief Justice maybe a victim of maybe her, shall I say, body language, or the way that she carries herself? And how do we bring that into the proceedings? What is the relationship there? Because I want to discern, especially from you two ladies, where we draw the line between it being personal and it being in her capacity as CJ. So situate that for me.
Body language tells a lot about a person. Sometimes there are some forms of attitudes and attributes, characters that you come with naturally. You can find people not smiling. They're just born like that.
Right.
But then you can also find people who have a certain attitude that is negative. The attitude that I got was like, me fancy ni ba. Ma akwa school, ma akwa 38 years in the service. To be into me, you know, it's like I have educated myself. I come from an educated group. I have ruled 38 years. I have done this. So, are you the only person? Are you the only person, the only lawyer who has been in the bar for 38 years? Chief Justice Georgina Wood, Theodore Wood, was the first female Chief Justice of this country from 2007 to 2017. 10 solid years. She went through MPP, Kufuor, went to Atta Mills, and then went to John Mahama one time. Did Ghanaians shout? We had our problems with her, but we respected her office because she respected the office and she respected Ghanaians. She never came across as one who was interpreting the laws according to what she felt should be. She was going according to the Constitution. It was Chief Justice Georgina Wood, whom, because of bias, people talking about bias, oh, the courts are biased, the courts are being playing favoritism and all that, that she then decided to bring out a technological system, automated system of selecting or empaneling judges. Was she using it? Was Tokenu using that technology, that automation of just being able to, so that you don't get to know who is going to sit on a particular case. You're just put there. Do you understand?
Right.
We had people who loved this country, but we could see from certain judgments the speed with which she had the speakers, when we had the issue with the speakers, the minority and the majority issue. Within a few hours, she had been able to empanel a group, and then you ask yourself, so what happened to situations like SAL? You're talking about constitutional breaches. How about SAL? They went 4 years, is it, without representation in Parliament. And you think that was good? You're talking about a public hearing, Edu Lodge.
Yes.
Edu Lodge was a seat of government. Kufuor used it, Atamels used it, and for what I know, occasionally I'll read that some dignitaries had been met at the Edu Lodge, at the castle. It's because it's serene, it is quiet, it's a high security zone. She herself knows that she's one person that needs to be secured. Let's not always think that when you sit there as Chief Justice and cases go against certain people, there are some people who are not happy with judgments that have been gone against them. And so you will not know what anybody can do. Probably using the court complex, as she feels we should have done, which is close to Makwala and all those places. It's open space.
It's not serene or secure enough,
It is not so secure, no, because people walk in and out. There are so many court complexes, complex rooms and stuff. You know, people walk around and stuff. You need a serene atmosphere. You need one that is very secured. I am sure the government of the day might have looked at that and felt that, look, let's just take this out of this and put it there. But you see, she wanted to put a slant at it to make it look like the way the MPP has been calling out, making every little thing, it's about killing of the judges, killing of the judges. You know, killing of the judges are human. Judges make mistakes. I bet if you go to Instagram, there are some people there who did not commit any crime. They are innocent, but they are there by circumstances beyond their control. You understand? So they are not infallible. Judges are also people who can make mistakes. And just like humans, yes, that particular thing, June 4th, the killing of the judges, was not the best that this country would have wanted. We all regret it. We don't think that it was the best for a country like Ghana, whose main thing was freedom and justice. You understand? But we don't want people to continuously rub it, because we've all gone through injustices.
But can you really measure the impact that such an event can have on